Hello, my friends. Derek here from Bomb Socks, back with another week of Bomb Bites, where we feast upon the words of Christ, one bite at a time. So for what we're studying in the Come Follow Me for this week, I want to take a little bit of a different approach to start off, and I want to focus on one of my favorite titles of Jesus Christ. And there are hundreds of them out there, and it depends on the day which one is the favorite, right? So the one I want to focus on this week is the title of Rabbi. Okay, Jesus is mentioned as rabbi. It's a teacher, right? 16 times in the New Testament. You know, if you're fans of the TV series The Chosen, people will often refer to him as rabbi, and he will refer to his apostles and disciples as his students. It just seems like wherever Jesus is at, he is teaching. And there are some wonderful moments of teaching by Jesus. You think about the Sermon on the Mount. You think about just his individual interactions with people. Jesus is always a teacher. Now, there's an article I came across years ago from Matthew Richardson, BYU professor, wonderful speaker and wonderful teacher himself. And this talk that he gave was called The Pedagogical Christ, Jesus the Unorthodox Teacher. And here's what he said about this. He said, "It becomes clear that the Rabbi Jesus was a teacher, not because he had students or found himself in a classroom. Jesus taught at any time and in any setting. Rather than donning the teacher's mantle when arriving to work, Rabbi Jesus was a teacher wherever he was. Thus, he was a teacher both day and night. Whoever found themselves in his company, regardless of number, became his students and his focus. It seems that for this rabbi, there was always room in his inn. While this pedagogy, which is method of teaching, may appear unconventional to others, to him it was the orthodox approach to teaching." Now, for this week of study, I want to focus on a rather unorthodox classroom, and it is the cross, right? Everything that we have been studying up to this point has led to this moment. We talked about the atonement last week in Gethsemane, and now here we are later on the cross of Calvary, where Jesus is still a teacher. In fact, throughout Christianity, these are known as the 7 statements from the cross, or 7 sermons from the cross. The Catholics, I know, will spend time on Good Friday, and they will focus and they'll analyze and dissect and really reflect on these 7 statements that Jesus made from the cross. Like I said, a very unorthodox classroom. And I don't want to focus this week on, the cruel torture that the cross was. The Romans did that in such a horrible, brutal fashion. I don't want to focus on that, but I want to focus on the master teacher, Jesus Christ, Rabbi Jesus, there from the cross, and what he teaches, because there are some wonderful things that even in his most difficult time, in the most unorthodox of classrooms, that he teaches to you and I that I think can be life-altering type of things. And again, this is something that's not a brand new concept. Christians all over the world, there's YouTube videos where scholars have dissected these. I want to keep this fairly simple this week and just hit on these 7 principles over the next 4 days and just show you some wonderful things that this perfect, wonderful Rabbi Jesus taught to you and I. And there's some great principles for you and I that we can apply to our lives today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And thanks, as always, for sharing. We are so grateful that you do that. Please check out our amazingly comfortable gospel-themed socks at bombsocks.com, and we will see you tomorrow. Godspeed. Bye-bye.